caught over 10 each, if you count my clicker.
All right, boys and girls, that was a break. I had to go digging. I dug out every Z-Man soft plastic I owned. That wasn't a good cast. Just to realize that I have sprayed grass, but either I left some at home or something's up because I don't have that many packages of sprayed grass left. Just like one that's got 4 or 5, and I had one pack with 1 left in it.
Oh.
But Charles, he went to Everhart's and he did pick up some, so we definitely, I might be worried if a bite really kicked in with it with any other soft plastic, but the Z-Man, 3 or 4 worms, usually, now unless you start breaking off like crazy, but usually 1 pack will last the whole day, even if you get on a crazy, insane bite with them. Usually 1 worm will last you the day. You want to reach around and push that depth finder deal down, we can actually see something. We're just now coming out of this area. We were just talking about that. It is almost noon, and we've only hit like 1 general area, but we've been catching little fish. I mean, we've been catching them.
Ooh, that water's warm.
Yeah. Well, it says 66 degrees, and it's probably not, what, 58, 60 yet?
All right, get pushed down.
Okay, we finally just now pushed the actual depth, what you call it? Oh! Topwater hit. Another one. I got him. That fish.
He wanted it.
I guess it's the same fish. He was wanting that freaking worm. I was pulling right across the top of that grass, so that tells me a frog would probably work. I was just talking about, we just now put, whoa, what happened there?
You lose it?
No, I think I had my first incident with this, oh no, another one was coming up. Charles, get a bait. Another fish was following us from the same size, trying to take it from him.
That's a nice fish too.
Yeah, there's another one right there. Drop something in the water. You got a worm?
Yeah.
No, he's like right here.
Rigging
Charles, get over here.
Just chill.
Catch you a fish.
Oh,
That was insane. That other fish was every bit as big as this guy. Chase was trying to get the edge of that worm. That was just nuts. No, I think I had a first incident with this reel. Okay, look at that fat one. I'm going to get right back in there. That fish probably weighs, I don't know, do we want to weigh it? Or man, I feel like we're just taking so much time.
Yeah, I think so.
That is like, what, weigh it?
No, don't weigh it.
Yeah, let's just go. That fish was fat. That fish weighed every bit of 1.5 pounds and probably should only weigh a pound. Charles is back at it. Catching bass when I'm changing baits and not recording. Look at that sucker.
He wanted it.
You're going to have a job there. We're going to let you get that done. I'm rigging up a weightless worm on the clamber, and we're going to throw this sucker right up in on with that those grassy spots where you normally throw a frog like all your other baits. That was quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Charles just proclaimed himself the king of fast release. That was pretty fast. That was 2 treble hooks like stuck all in that fish's mouth. But anyway, let's show you guys what I got going here. Look at that bait, Charles.
Yeah. That's a pretty good action, yeah.
Dude, that.
So you went weightless?
Yeah, you just take
just a hook.
With like a 2, or is that whatever size that is?
Yeah.
I think that's I don't know, it's in my box. I think roughly a 2 size. And throw it right in the tree. Works awesome. No, but that weight with the zinkers, especially once they get old, they get real buoyant. And you can do it with the brand new and just pull on, make it stretch, let little air pockets get in them.
Oh, right in the tree.
You tell me that is not like a little enticing. Work it like a jerkbait. You throw it up and work it like a frog, but then as you come out, you walk it like you would a frog or popper, and it turns into like a little mini jerkbait. If I actually catch a fish on it, we'll go a little more in depth, but it's pretty simple really. I just rig it up to where it's
I've done that with swim baits.
Further back into the bait than I would normally like rig them on a shaky bait. But if you can miss the tree, now if you hit a tree, just throw it like that, just to see if there's action out there. And there is. I got him. Oh, no, I had him. That's how you do it. You got another one?
Nope.
I think I got you guys setting right. But anyway,
You like that drag, don't you? The clickers? Because you're like, oh, you got one. You hear them clickers going.
That's the one other thing that's good about a drag clicker. If everybody in the boat or around you, you can instantly tell when they got one.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you got a camera and you're trying to get a little recording of them, and they like to sneak fish in on you, like Charles does. This is almost ready for a new worm. Not yet, though. The old zinker's still got some life in it. But just, you want it like almost any soft plastic. You still want to get it as straight as possible. Now the wind is blowing that big. And that thing will come through just as well. In some cases, maybe even better than a friggin' frog will.
Oh, there was one following it. Dang it.
Just for the fact that when these baits are new, like you put a new one on, it'll actually sink. So if you're wanting that, just pull it across the cover and you want it to sink. Oh, there we go. Oh. Let me check the hook. I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've checked how sharp this hook is. Maybe time for a new one. Especially as many freaking trees as I've caught.
There we go.
Charles has one. Alright, let me check. No, and that's how I check. If you guys want to check your hooks, you can do it a little bit.
Ah, quick release. Whoa, look out.
Run my
Incoming.
finger. Charles, what do you got going on back there? I'm trying to do a little quick tip here. That hook is starting to get a little rust on it. I shouldn't have left it with the zinkers, but when you can pull like that and see how it just sticks, that's still a sharp hook. I don't know how I'm missing those fish. The only thing I can figure, they're not truly grabbing the hook is nowhere near or in their mouth when I'm yanking.
Light bite.
And that worm's done.
Okay.
All right, I've got a brand new one, and I'm going to try to show you the difference once I get it up there and how it sinks. But the only trick I do, because I also use this snap, I want it to cover the snap too, just to make it even more weedless. So just get a rough estimate how far up that worm needs to go, or how far up you're wanting to run it to get it to run. You don't need it halfway, but it wouldn't hurt to have it halfway. But that's about as far as I like it. So I know I need to come out way down here with that hook point. I like to keep the white on. Technically there's no bottom, it's so light it's going to roll around, but I still rig it the same way to where white will come out on bottom. So I'm going to run it, start in the middle. You don't have to stay 100% in the middle, but try to stay in the middle as far as you think, and you don't need to be 100% perfect. Just get it close, pull it all the way up past, get it over all that gunk. You want that worm, see how it's looking right there. So I covered up my snap, I got everything covered up. So then I'm right here. Now actually the problem may be that hook may not be big enough. You see that that could be the problem, Charles.
Yeah.
I may need to dig another size. I'm going to try it one more time.
Could be operator headspace and timing.
Okay. Now I rigged that totally weird, but that'll work.
Crap, right in the tree. Spun around 3 times.
So
take me to the tree.
Hang on, I'm trying to show this. Now, same action, but as it stops, it will start to sink. So if they are just under the surface, and I like to use this, I like to keep this as a pretty quick moving bait. I mean, as you can see, the fish that have hit it, they haven't hesitated too long. Little bait thrown right in spot, and possibly just something these fish have never seen. Like
That's a decent fish.
Very first cast. Just that little snake-like worm.
You got a double?
You got one? Charles
Oh,
has
yeah.
one behind me. Wow, mine is small.
Mine is not that small.
Charles has a better fish. Charles, king of quick release. What happened? Charles is struggling over here, but look at my bass compared to his.
Yeah, I got a little bit better fish.
There we go. Look at that. Wow.
Woo!
All right, let's keep going. Show them what you're using right there. That's just a square bill. What brand is that?
It's
Oh, that's
H2O.
yeah, I can
it's
tell by the color.
AliExpress. AliExpress H2O?
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
It's not AliExpress.
Or not AliExpress, Academy.
Academy.
Academy
Yep.
Sports.
I've switched it up. Charles is catching them. I'm catching them on top water with that worm, but guess what? The size is way different. So although I have no doubt I could keep throwing that and probably nail 100 that size, I don't know if I can catch a big one. So since we've already like been hammering them, I probably should slow down, but I'm throwing my weighted, that's just a 16th ounce. So the only difference other than color is a 16th ounce little head on that bait. So if I have to, I can pull it across grass. Oh, I got a hit right there.
Are you going to talk or catch fish? Because I'm fishing. I got something decent too, I
I'm trying to tell
think.
the folks at home what's going on. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think I got a pretty...
And I
Oh,
just
that's a nice fish.
Prove my point. Charles got a big one.
No, not a big one, but a nice
mine's
one.
bigger than yours.
I doubt it.
Dude, I switched worms. I got the big worm.
You got the big worm?
Let's
I
see.
got a jumper. You just got something over there.
This is a feisty jumper too. Look at that bass, Charles.
Yeah. I like mine. It's
Hang on.
bigger.
Let's show them.
No, yours is a little bigger. Yours a little fatter. Is
Yeah,
all it
mine.
is.
They like
fish, though.
the zinkers.
Oh, I seem to like the square bill.
Yeah, they like the square bill too. But I think I just proved my point. I changed. I don't think it's necessarily the color. I think it's that little weight that it dropped down, and I'm letting it drop down, touching into that deeper water, and bam, the bigger fish. So I'm gonna probably stick with this. And I'm gonna get snagged. Nope, popped off. Let me check. Hook is still sticky. I may have to carry into the old, finally, after a few years and a huge, almost 8-pound bass, I may have to carry into the old PW.
I'm just going to keep catching fish
And
and
work
do
on it.
whatever
Charles
the
will
heck
be
you
talking
want.
about it.
That's a pretty decent one, too. No, it's not. It's a little fighter.
A little fight. I gotta go get my second stuff. It's definitely a whole, even though it's the same size worm, that 16th ounce changes the whole effect that the worm has. Instead of being that little swimmy deal, it does drop fairly down, but then it turns into just something like bouncing off the bottom.
Ah, I'm hung.
You're hung, I got a fish. It's
Okay.
probably gonna have me hung.
Why are you running this away? Oh.
Because I got a fish, I thought I was gonna have to work him out of that
Oh,
wood.
okay.
But, oh, he's still trying to get back to that piece of wood. Dang, he's trying to
He's a smart one, huh?
get over here. Oh! Did
Good.
one of Charles's numbers. Quick release.
Now
Quick
back us
release.
up. Back us up.
Hang on.
Before you break my line.
Well, hit your drag. Let your bait go. You got too tight a drag if I could break you off. No, it wouldn't have. All right, boys and girls. I know one thing. We're on fire. We're on some fish. They are hitting.
They're in here.
Yeah, they are loaded and they are biting today. This weather, the temperature has dropped like we talked about. The water temp has dropped. Where are you at?
I'm right there on that log.
Oh. Just the water temp's what, 15 degrees? Since last week.
Okay, I'm on.
But
Man, that fish jumping.
the bite is on fire. I'm sure this is probably a day where it doesn't matter what you're throwing as long as that bait is in the level they're willing to hit at. You know, so far I would, unless a big one blows up on something on top water, I
There we
think
go.
you got your little fish on the top and they're going to get bigger the deeper you go. So honestly, we may want to throw out even deeper than what I'm throwing.
There we go.
That's Charles catches one. Quick released it. What do you think, Charles? Go deeper?
Good, but we're catching fish.
Yeah, but we want to catch giants, Charles.
Why?
Because I'm going to change the name of we're going to be a giant bass and bonsai. All we need is one more giant. That is not it. I thought you had a fish.
I did.
All right, Charles has one. Charles, they're everywhere.
I know. That's a nice fish.
Yep, nice chunk. I think they're right under us.
They're everywhere up in here. They're just in this. That's a really nice fish.
That is the dragon. Charles loves that. I liked it, but
That's a really nice fish.
yeah, that's a good one. So, what have we accomplished today? And what I can tell you, the dragon, definitely a thumbs up.
Oh,
The Volan, which Charles don't have with him today. The delicacy rod, for sure.
Yeah.
And I see another little bitty one.
You can
But
eventually, if you don't do maintenance, put the hurting on a PW.
yeah. Yeah, we've also, as Charles is getting undone, my PW, I guess I'll explain what happened. And it hasn't happened again, but I thought I noticed it last week. It did it once. But like I had that fish and I was reeling and I just let off. I was gonna let the drag do it. Well, it back reeled. So that means that anti-reverse, and I think there's also another gear that looks like a saw blade in there that's supposed to keep that from happening. But it spun like the handle probably once or twice. And then so I grabbed it and then I reeled and then it hasn't done it since. So the anti-reverse slipped. So I'll probably have to take it apart. Hopefully just, spray that roller bearing out, which that's what your anti-reverse is. The roller bearing is the anti-reverse. It only spins one way. Clean it, re-lube it, and no issues. But if there's like major wear on there, then that could be a downfall for the PW. But, I mean, well, this one was originally a $55 or $60 reel. Even the pros, a $65 reel. Hopefully, I guess I should try to track that down as where you can order parts for them.
And I have had them to where you throw one way and you go across it and then start throwing, they shut off, you throw the other way and they'll start hitting. They're like, oh, there's something coming that way now. See this shallow right up in here? Right with all this stuff? That's where I caught the biggest fish I've caught out of this pit. It was
Right
like
there.
5 and change.
I got one right there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say,
they get up in those shallows.
I gotta get him out of grass. He's little. But that's why. Oh, that's a crop. No, what is that? What is that?
It's a bass.
Oh, it's just a very little. The way the sun was hitting him, he looked off. Oh, it's a leaf.
Oh,
I saw that pattern. I'm like, what is that? His face has got a paint on it or something. It's a leaf was stuck in there. I thought for a minute I had like a spot or a smallmouth or something different out of here, but that's all that's in here. These largemouth and then your other fish. It's that kind of grass. So they're up and in that grass, but that's one thing I like. And Charles is right there with what he always does. I shut the camera off. Guess who catches a fish?
this one feels decent.
Whoa! Charles got a good one too.
That's a nice fish.
Yep, back to that same bright square bill in this clear water. I may have to go brighter. He told me earlier to throw the oh look, that is a that may be pushing definitely a pound and a half. Yeah, probably only a pound and a half. It's pretty short, but he's big around and fat. All right, let's go. I'm going back to this guy. We're in such shallow water.
I was throwing the other direction now.
Yep.
Over that same spot.
I think I can pull a big bass out here with this worm. Oh, I had a little peck like right on the bank. I guess it may just be because it may be like right as tight as you can get to that bank.
Yeah. I've seen that plenty of times. 2 foot from the bank, you wouldn't get nothing right on the bank.
They're right on that bank. I threw that worm on like within a foot of the bank and pulled it off just a little, and he was right there. Well, the worm finally caught another one. It's been a little bit. Well, I put it to you this way. Up in that deeper part where it forks off in the 3 ways, we left him biting up there. Over here, not so much. I got a fish. I don't advise doing that. I set the hook with my thumb on there before I could switch hands and crank the reel handle. But it works. They're over here. You got to finesse them a little more on this end than you did up in the other. But they are still here. But we want big ones now, Charles. We've caught over 20 bass, haven't we?
Oh, easily.
We need a big bass now. Now we need that. We're big bass hunting.
Okay.
Okay, guys, living the dream. Here we are. I'm gonna hit this point. We're still going to our area that we think is probably the best area in the whole place. Well, for me, Charles, we passed the best area for him, I think.
No, I like that other area too. It definitely produces.
These are definitely the two deepest points in the whole place. What I call points is where it makes a sharp turn. So you, in a sense, have a deep point right here. So as I catch this, I think I got a fish. As I catch this fish, yep, and I talk about these points, I think we could sit here all day and pull fish
Oh yeah.
times off these points. I wanted to hit them before we go to our spots.
Man, if you were eating fish, these have been the perfect size today.
If you were wanting to eat fish, every fish we've caught, except for maybe one or two are too small, that fish, they are eaten up. They are on that feed that you guys hear Tactical Bassing talk about all the time. The fall. Everybody and their brother now is putting out fall. My videos are so far behind, you'll see this winter. But yes, and I've said it before, go back and watch videos from the year before on almost everybody to be ahead of what you're thinking may be working or whatever. But I think anything works. I think you just got to get out there, find some fish, and throw them whatever. They'll eat anything.
Okay.
Because they're definitely in a feed mode. That water temps are dropping, and they go from that. I guess their metabolism in the summertime, they have to eat. Like they're, you know, now they're trying to gorge themselves. It's in their, whatever you call it, makeup to know to fatten up because winter's going to be tough. We're going to be just laying around, you know, and then they'll be shredded come spawn, right, for the ladies. But anyway, something like that. That's what they're doing right now. They are. We caught them on, I think, last week. Well, last few. The weather's been definitely weird, but now the temperatures are definitely dropping. Last year, it was about a month before this time of year that the temps were dropping like this. What is this now? October 16th?
Yeah, something like that.
15th or 16th. But anyway, we're mid-October, and we just now are getting the water temps down to the mid-60s. Normally, they're already past there. They're normally October. You might be lucky to sneak out a time here or there if it warms up. Now I haven't stopped fishing all since I started back again in July. Every weekend's been a pretty good weekend. Some almost actually too hot to fish. Last weekend was almost too hot to fish. Okay, I'm gonna throw back right where that fish came from.
I can't believe I haven't hung anything on this rattle trap.
What do you got? Not too bright.
No.
They only like bright square bills. Charles has got about the same color bait rattle trap as he did square bill down there. He was tearing them up. Up here, nope, they don't want that. I caught it was right here though. I think I caught the one on my white rattle trap.
Yeah.
Be a hard knocker. Lipless crankbait to be the proper term. I'm gonna go hit that point, and we're going up to another spot. As soon as I stop catching fish off of here, we could be here a while, Charles. So buckle up. Whoa, and hang on. Oh boy. Oh, you guys missed the jump. That fish, he may jump again.
Is it a nice one or?
Oh, I mean, it's like a.
It's what we've been catching.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's probably.
It's on the bigger end.
That may be
of what
about
we've
the
been
biggest
catching.
we caught by like a couple ounces with that. I think it's the biggest I've caught. That thing almost swallowed the worm. Do not swallow my favorite worm. Whoa. Here, get up here. All right, boys and girls. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's like right in the back top of his mouth. Like any longer, and I would have had to just cut the hook and let him go. But I think I can unhook him. And honestly, a lot of times if you catch a real big bass, like if I'd have caught my personal best last week that deep, I'd probably just snap that thing and let him, because they'll spit it on their own when it's still in their mouth like that. I think it came unhooked. Hang on. Yeah, that was barely hooked. Okay, but yeah. Anyway, if they get too deep, sometimes I will cut the hook if it's just a, the worm and the little jig head. They're not that expensive. That was a nice bass. I think I need another pick. One more pick and I'll be back. And I don't think we just got started, but it's a possibility I'll put an outro to one of these here before long, just so in case I forget, we'll have one.